There is a chemical sitting in your bathroom right now that has been linked to cancer, and chances are you have absolutely no idea. For years, you trusted billion-dollar shampoo brands to take care of your hair, while they quietly turned your scalp into a dumping ground for preservatives that release formaldehyde, the same chemical used to preserve dead bodies. Your shampoo, your damage, their profit. So which brands are actually poisoning American bathrooms? We start with the worst offender. Number 1, Head & Shoulders. For decades, Head & Shoulders has been marketed as the ultimate anti-dandruff solution. Your father probably used it. Maybe even your grandfather. The brand recognition is enormous. But here's the uncomfortable question. Does it actually fix dandruff? The answer is no. Yes, the flakes disappear. The itching stops. On the surface, the problem seems solved. But that's only what you see. What Head & Shoulders really does happens underneath. This shampoo contains not one, but 2 sulfates at the same time, sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium laureth sulfate, a double sulfate formula that strips your scalp of every drop of its natural oil. Your scalp produces sebum for a reason. It's your natural protective barrier. It keeps your skin healthy, prevents infections, and regulates moisture. Head & Shoulders removes this barrier completely. Your scalp panics and responds by producing even more oil. You wake up with greasy hair, wash it more often, strip even more oil away, and force your scalp into an endless cycle of overproduction. You are not treating dandruff. You are creating the perfect conditions to need this shampoo forever. A brilliant business model, but a disaster for your scalp. And it becomes especially dangerous as you get older. A 2023 study shows that women over 50 produce 30 to 40% less natural sebum than women in their 20s. Researchers at the University of California tested a 20% sulfate solution on men with an average age of 56. The results were clear: severe scalp sensitivity, disrupted hair growth cycles, and prolonged phases of hair shedding. Head & Shoulders Classic Clean costs about $4 for a 400 milliliter bottle, lasts roughly 6 weeks, and costs you around $30 per year for a product that actively creates the very problem it claims to solve. Yes, zinc pyrithione does kill the fungus that causes dandruff, but the double sulfates permanently prevent your scalp from recovering. This brand sells the dream of nourished, healthy hair with exotic promises: Moroccan argan oil, biotin and collagen, Brazilian keratin. The bottles look premium. The price, around $8, feels reasonable. The marketing is flawless. But behind this image hides a serious problem. Multiple OGX products contain DMDM hydantoin, a preservative that releases formaldehyde every time you use it. Not trace amounts, relevant amounts. And the release increases with heat and storage time. Formaldehyde is classified internationally as a Group 1 carcinogen, the highest risk category. This substance damages DNA by creating cross-links between nucleotides. Scientific studies confirm that formaldehyde-releasing ingredients can trigger allergic contact dermatitis, especially in sensitive individuals. Around 8 to 9% of the population is clinically allergic to formaldehyde. Consumer Reports describe hair falling out in clumps in the shower, chemical burns on the scalp, months of medical treatment, and in some cases permanent scarring with no hair regrowth. This is not anecdotal noise. These are repeated, documented complaints. In 2021, a woman in Illinois filed a class action lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson, the former owner of OGX. The accusation was false advertising. The products promised smoothing and nourishment but caused hair loss and severe scalp irritation. What makes this worse is that Johnson & Johnson had already announced back in 2012 that it would remove DMDM hydantoin from its products by 2015. When Johnson & Johnson acquired OGX in 2016, nothing changed. The same formulas remained on the shelves. Shampoos containing this ingredient continued to be sold until September 2021. That means the risks were known for years and nothing was done. Only after multiple class action lawsuits in the United States did OGX finally discontinue these formulas, but old stock can still sit on shelves. That's why there is one simple rule you should always follow. Read the ingredient list every single time you buy a shampoo. This brand promises healthier hair with every wash and visible results you can feel. For decades, millions of American families have trusted this formula. What Pantene doesn't advertise is its heavy dependence on silicones, like dimethicone and cyclomethicone. These substances coat every single hair strand with a layered, plastic-like film. For the first 1 or 2 weeks, the hair feels unusually soft, smooth, and easy to detangle. This is where the deception begins. These silicones are designed not to rinse out completely. Layer by layer, week after week, they build up. After 2 to 3 months, the hair looks dull, feels heavy, and loses all bounce. Users describe straw-like texture, greasy residue at the roots, and noticeably increased hair shedding after just a few uses. Some report up to 75% more hair loss than normal. At the same time, Pantene formulas rely on aggressive sulfates that strip the scalp of its natural oils. The scalp responds in panic, producing excessive sebum. The result is oily roots and silicone-suffocated lengths. Multiple users report that their hair loss completely stopped once they discontinued Pantene. One woman described it as turning off a faucet. For $5 to $6 per bottle, you are paying to systematically damage your hair, then spending even more money on additional products to repair the consequences. The bottles are covered with images of apples, bananas, grapefruits. The packaging screams nature, botanical care, pure fruit extracts for your hair. Now turn the bottle around and read the ingredient list. Synthetic fragrances, linalool, limonene, citronellol, parabens, propylene glycol, sodium lauryl sulfate. There is no meaningful amount of real fruit in this formula. You bought this product because the apple on the front suggested something natural. In reality, you are washing your hair with a fully synthetic chemical cocktail that is simply decorated with fruit imagery. The actual fruit extract appears at the very end of the ingredient list, in trace amounts. Everything that cleans your hair is synthetic. The fruit is an illusion. The natural claims are marketing. You are paying extra for apple photography while your hair is treated with the same aggressive substances found in cheap mass-market shampoos. After opening, the fragrance becomes even more allergenic over time. Citronellol causes positive allergic reactions in about 5.6% of fragrance-sensitive individuals. Linalool and limonene are among the most common fragrance allergens and are separately labeled in the European Union for a reason. This brand positions itself as professional hair care you can use at home. Salon technology at an affordable price. In the United States, Elvidel appears everywhere, from supermarkets to drugstores. But the reality behind the branding tells a very different story. Elvidel formulas are heavily loaded with sulfates and silicones, just like Pantene. Sodium lauryl sulfate aggressively strips the scalp of its natural oils, while dimethicone creates that instant, artificial silky feeling that hides the damage rather than fixing it. The sulfates work so intensely that the scalp switches into survival mode and produces more and more oil. The result is greasy roots and dry, heavy lengths. Over time, the silicone buildup keeps accumulating. After a few months, the hair feels dull, looks lifeless, and resembles straw more than healthy hair, even though the products promise moisture and repair. L'Oréal's marketing emphasizes science and research. But this research is designed to create products that look good in the short term while generating problems in the long term. 2 weeks of great-looking hair, then the breakdown begins. At a price of $4 to $7 per bottle, you are paying to damage your hair and then buy additional products to hide the damage later. A perfectly engineered cycle that benefits the corporation, not you. Dove markets itself as the brand of gentle care. moisture, softness, suitable for the whole family. The ads show real women with beautiful hair and communicate safety and trust. But the ingredient list tells a very different story. Sodium lauryl sulfate appears high on the list, along with dimethicone, for that artificial softness and synthetic fragrances that can irritate sensitive scalps. Dove is owned by Unilever, one of the largest consumer goods corporations in the world. These companies have known for years about the problems caused by aggressive sulfates, yet they continue to use them because they create a very specific behavior: dependency. The shampoo strips away natural oils. The scalp produces more sebum. The hair feels soft in the short term and becomes increasingly problematic over time. Dove Nutritive Solutions costs around $3 to $4 and feels like a bargain. In reality, you are getting the same problematic ingredients found in more expensive brands. You pay less, but the damage is exactly the same. Private label shampoos from supermarkets often cost only $1 to $2 for a large bottle. The label says natural extract, so it feels like a smart, responsible choice. Factory workers confirm that these shampoos are often produced in the very same facilities as branded products, on the same production lines, using the same machines. But this is where the illusion begins. Same factory does not mean same quality. The specifications are completely different. Cheaper raw materials, lower concentrations, and the cheapest formula that can legally still be called shampoo. Consumers report painful scalp sensations, increased hair shedding, and irritation. Saving $1.50 can later cost you skin problems and doctor visits. The goal of these products is not care or value for money. It is maximum cost reduction. If you are looking for hair care that cleans effectively without damaging your scalp, this is where the conversation changes. These are brands that actually earn your money. First recommendation, Officina Naturae. This brand produces shampoos designed for specific needs: oily hair, dry hair, sensitive scalps, and dandruff, all formulated without sulfates, silicones, or parabens. Officina Naturae is an Italian brand focused on plant-based and organic ingredients. The formulas are certified, vegan, biodegradable, and made in Italy. The price ranges between $6 and $10 per bottle. What do you get for that? Natural and organic ingredients, 0 sulfates, 0 silicones, 0 parabens. One bottle lasts 2 to 3 months, which significantly lowers the monthly cost. The product range includes nettle extract for oily hair, flaxseed for curly hair, and aloe vera for sensitive scalps. These shampoos clean without aggressive foaming agents. During the first 1 to 2 weeks, your hair may feel unusual. That is normal. Old silicone buildup is being removed. Less foam does not mean less cleaning. After 3 to 4 weeks, the difference becomes obvious. Real, healthy hair instead of a plastic coating. Second recommendation, Biofacina Toscana. This Tuscan brand offers shampoos with ICEA organic certification and uses only ingredients from sustainable agriculture. The formulas are extremely gentle and ideal for sensitive or damaged scalps. The price is around $8 to $12 for a 250 milliliter bottle, which may seem expensive at first glance. The ingredient lists are built around organic extracts such as chamomile, lavender, and rosemary, combined with mild surfactants derived from coconut and corn. There are no petrochemical substances and no aggressive cleansing agents. Instead of silicones, plant-based proteins are used to strengthen the hair. One bottle lasts about 2 months, which balances the monthly cost. What most people overlook is this. With shampoos like these, you don't need to spend extra money on masks, repair treatments, or intensive cures later, because the damage never happens in the first place. Biofacina Toscana is available online in natural cosmetic stores and in selected retailers. The packaging is minimal, made from recycled plastic and fully recyclable. So the real question is simple. Do you want products that respect your hair, or do you want to keep using products that deliberately create problems to keep you dependent. Healthy hair pays you back in the long run, and so does your wallet. And you also avoid sending problematic chemicals down the drain every single day, chemicals that eventually end up in our environment. Which brand surprised you the most? Share your experience in the comments. If you want more investigative videos like this, subscribe to Shelf Truth and click on the next video on your screen.